I'm in Da Nang, Vietnam with Falco. We are here since 1 month already and we're gonna stay 1 month more. And now I'm traveling since a little longer than 6 months, maybe? Something like this. Why am I here in Vietnam, Da Nang? And why am I stay so long here? Because Da Nang is pretty cheap and pretty nice. I can do workout at the beach. Okay, I don't have a fancy equipment. I don't have any equipment at all. Actually, I just have a bar and parallel bars. So my workout is a little bit limited, but I can also practice breaking here. I know some b-boys. To be honest, I didn't practice breaking that much lately because I had a little bit of injury on my trap muscle here. I was focusing mainly on working out and on stretching, especially here. It got better. Soon I'm gonna start again to break. What are my goals at the moment here in Da Nang? The first one in breaking is mastering hand-ups on the right arm, because I can do hand-ups on the left arm pretty well, but on the right arm, my maximum is around 20 or 30 hand-ups, which is good, actually, I think. Sometimes I feel like I can do only 5, sometimes I can do 10, sometimes I can do 15. I feel like it's more like luck than real control. I want to make sure my hand-ups on the right arm are pretty solid, and every time I do them, I can do more than 20 or even 30 hops, like the same as the left arm. Because if I improve the hand-ups, then a lot of things will get easier for me in breaking. Air power moves, combos, tricks in general, and so on. So this is my first goal. I don't have time to focus on too many things at the moment in breaking. The main thing is just hand-ups. In calisthenics at the moment, my goal is to improve my planche, my handstand push-ups, and my front lever, back lever, and I think that's it. My improvement in calisthenics, for the first year, it went pretty fast, I think, but now I didn't improve that much anymore. The first reason is because I change place all the time since I'm traveling, and so my workout cannot be very consistent all the time. Sometimes I can practice with some equipment, so I change the exercises. Sometimes I need to change the workout and change the plan based on the location. So this is the first reason. The second reason, and is the main reason, I had some injury, so that one on the trap, for example, so I couldn't practice fully with proper strength. I tried to make some movements easier to not get worse with my injury, and also I felt sick around 1 month ago for around maybe 2 weeks. I don't know what I had actually, maybe just a fever. I felt very sick, and during that time I didn't practice at all, and I lost some weight during these 2 weeks. It's not a long time actually, but I felt like I lost a lot of strength in that 2 weeks. And now I'm getting it back. What about working? I decided to stop a little bit with the breaking tutorials because I made so many tutorials already. Actually, I wanted to stop tutorials so many times already, but I kind of felt bad to stop the tutorials because so many people in the comments on my tutorials are still asking me for more and more tutorials, even if I made so many. So I felt like an urge to keep making tutorials all the time. Also because actually tutorials are kind of the core of what I do, my, let's call it, online business. For me, I don't see it as a business actually. What I'm doing, my job, is something fun for me. But still, making tutorial is the core of my business because through the tutorial I can promote my coaching, my PDF guides, my video courses about breaking. So if I stop making tutorials, I was a little bit afraid that I stop making money. Even if the tutorial themselves don't make me so much money, but it's more what I sell through the tutorial. So as I say, the PDF guides, the video courses, and the coaching, this is how I earn. So I thought if I stop doing that, maybe I'm not able to earn enough. But actually then I already stopped for so many months. I wasn't consistent in the last 2 years with the tutorials. Sometimes for some time I made like weekly tutorials or even daily tutorials, but then I stopped for months or for weeks. And even in the months that I stopped, my earnings didn't change much actually. So I thought, okay, I think I can afford to stop making tutorials and try finally something new. If you know me already since long time, you may know that I really like filmmaking. I really like creating stories. I really like creating characters. This is something that I didn't do much in the past years because I was focusing mainly on the tutorial things and on training, calisthenics and breaking. But now I feel like I want to get back to it. I want to get back to creating stories, creating characters, and I'm collaborating with my brother Falco. Maybe you may know him through Falco. So Falco is the guy who mostly was behind the camera in all the Falco videos. Then he traveled to Germany and he made his own YouTube channel and he worked by his own as a content creator.
Let me tell you about my bro, Falco. 2 years ago, he decided to become a YouTuber and to move in Germany.
28 na Joyce!
Secondo me con sta strategia raggiungi gli 80k il 16 settembre dell'anno prossimo, bro.
Sì, penso anch'io. Ma invece per i 100k?
So he started learning German. and we planned together his first videos and moves. His journey was very unexpected and risky, so he decided to live in a tent for a few weeks to get used to the homeless lifestyle, ready to survive in the cold Northlands. He had a one-way ticket, and coming back to Italy was not an option. Thanks to his personality and his skills, he got a job for a big YouTuber once arrived. He had a roof, a team, and was ready to create his own videos for his channel.
But now we decided to work back together and to create some new project. The new project we are creating is called Oldtown and is a character-based project. So basically Falco is drawing the characters and I'm developing the story. I'm gonna try to explain it with Falco as well, since we are creating it together.
How would you describe Oldtown to someone who has no idea on what it is?
Well, it's not easy because Oldtown is more things at once. It's a universe, it's a brand, it's a lifestyle, it's a mindset. But mainly it's a universe and a brand. I don't see a concept like this somewhere. Something similar, yeah, maybe sometimes, yeah, I know, but like this, on this scale, I never see it. So that's why it's not so easy to explain, because it's a lot of things.
It's a completely new concept. At the moment, for someone who doesn't know anything about it, I would explain it easily. Try just to say it's multiple meme pages on Instagram, and each page has its own target audience.
Yeah.
For example, there is the nerd guy who is very lazy and just posts meme about being lazy and being nerdy. Then there is the toxic girl who only talks about relationships. And then there is the universe page, the Oldtown page, that posts news about what happens in Oldtown, funny news, and also news about the real world and how Oldtown reacts to the real world news. So at the moment there are only these 3 pages, but in future there could be more pages with more characters, with different personalities and different target audience.
And an important point in this, it's the storyline. The storyline unifies everything, every element of this universe.
All these characters are connected together somehow, or they will get to know each other and they live in the same world. There is a main storyline. There is not just the memes, but there is a storyline on how the characters meet, what they do together, what happens between them, and something like this.
All the interaction, these web and interactions.
If someone asks us, how do we do money? What is the plan with this brand? What would you say?
Mainly Patreon, because everyone can be an active part of this universe, can decide things, can really shape this universe with Patreon. There's a lot of merchandising possibilities, also their characters, their pets, sub-brands, there are a lot of things, they are merchandisable. Telephone cases, puppets, everything, really. When I designed all these characters, in the same time I was thinking, how can I sell it, in which, how many ways?
Yeah, I think the same. At the moment it's just Patreon. We don't sell any products at the moment, but we will in future. An important thing to say is someone who joins Patreon supports the project, but at the same time he becomes a part of the project. He becomes part of the universe. Yeah, a citizen in the universe.
Are you a citizen?
Yeah, he can have his own character, or he can participate to the polls and help us decide what to do in this universe, how the storyline goes. Yeah, he can also interact with the main characters.
And they also became our best friends of the character, even more.
Or even if they don't care about being so deeply a part of the universe, they can just see the behind the scene that other people are not gonna be able to see. Yeah, this is how we monetize the brand at the moment, but the possibilities are limitless, I think, especially with the merchandise.
Also, a collaboration with real brands. They want to make advertisement in this universe, product placements, for example.
At the moment, we just need to be consistent, like we already are, and just post and promote. And then when it becomes bigger, I think it's gonna be cool.
By the way, if I stop making tutorials, what am I gonna do on my YouTube channel? I always like to create a diary about my life, to tell my story, my journey, just for myself, but also to kind of inspire other people. I don't know if my journey can be inspiring to someone, but of course it's also a challenge for me to make my life more interesting and more inspiring. I already tried to do it a couple times by making vlogs, both like normal vlogs, but also more cinematic style vlogs. I really like making cinematic stuff. I really like high production content, but I know it's hard to do. It takes a long time, and at the moment I'm just one person. For some time I had someone helping me edit some videos and helping manage my social media, but at the moment I don't have it anymore. So I want to start with something very manageable. Sometimes when I set myself goals, I do it too hard. For example, I set myself, okay, from now I need to start making daily vlogs, or maybe I start making one vlog per week, but it should be very cinematic. But at the moment I want to kind of take it easy. I want to tell about my life, but I will not mind too much about the video quality. I just want to do it and see how it goes in a natural way. Of course, I'm gonna try to improve it over time and to make it better, to higher the quality, to make it more cinematic with time. But the important thing and the first step is to build the consistency. So it doesn't really matter about how high quality the content is, but the important thing is that I keep doing it. And since these vlogs are not supposed to be so high quality, I don't even have the excuse, okay, it's too hard to make. Please, if you see that I'm not consistent anymore, write me in the comments something bad about me, so maybe it will motivate. Oh my god, so noisy. Sorry guys. So maybe it's gonna motivate me to work harder. You can go hard on me, don't worry.